Well, it looks like the New Jersey attitude is alive and well. Actually, this is from this great state of New Jersey. You know, I wasn't gonna. I was looking at this article, and it's not what I'm going to comment about. Is not the article, but the comments from the people to this article cracked me up, and it's telling me, people up there still got the same kind of attitude I have about up there, and also the reason I got the hell out of New Jersey because it's overbearing with the freaking political corruption and hypocrisy of the people that run the government. Um, 46 arrested, 2 million seized in high stakes gambling. Actually, I got a family member that's is in this. I'm not going to say who. And since there's 46 of them, have fun figuring out who the hell it is. Um, it's not Elvis, I'll tell you that. It's the same thing happened also in, this is 2016. The same thing happened in 2007 or 5, I think it was. I'm not going to say who it is, Have fun figuring it out. Since there's a lot of names here, you're not going to know who the hell that is. But I was looking at the comments, man. I was just cracking up. And this is really what I was going to make this video about because, football, baseball, Formula One, etc., all offshore. We will do what we want one way or the other. Just make it legal. The drug wars as well. A total failure. People are really starting to wake up. Leave us alone or live our lives as we please. It's supposed to be an article like that. It's, oh, look what we found. Crime. We're stopping crime. And the comments are overwhelmingly against this. One thing Americans love, in caps, to gamble. It is not only because of archaic ideas, those in position of influence, whether political, religious, etc., that prevent forms of wagering to be legal. Hence the reason why most forms of gambling are considered illegal. It just and it's almost every comment is against, what this big crackdown did. It's only a crime when the government doesn't get their cut. That's how I looked at it. Now, I'm not into gambling. Actually, my uncle, who's a CPA, taught another relative that this thing with the gambling. My uncle never knew gambling the way this guy. He really, really good. And Atlantic City and all that. But, anyway, I'm not going to say much about him. But I personally could care less how people spend their own money. Yeah, I agree. And then another comment. See, this is like New Jersey is the people are overwhelmingly against the bullshit that's going on in that state. That's what's cool about this. That's what's cool about. When I was reading these comments because I saw this article because I know it had a family member in there. And I don't know nothing about gambling because that's something that doesn't interest me or nothing. But I mean, I guess it could if I was into it, but I'm not into it. I don't know. I think it's kind of I consider it boring, but it's like do whatever you want to do. That's my attitude is, I'm not into gambling, but anybody should be able to gamble. The hell with it. And they say, oh, there's always some kind of crime related to this and that. Well, you know what? There's a crime related to anything, any which way you can freaking put it. But the deal is, like what the comments are saying, the government didn't get their cut. You know. So my family used to do gambling. It's just comment goes. My family used to do a gambling ring. When we go somewhere in different cars, we would get there first. Also, we used to bet against each other. If a fight was going to break out at our family gatherings, who would wind up leaving when it was over? That's crazy too. Can you be arrested for not picking up after your dog craps somewhere? Like I don't want my picture on his website for not picking up after my dogs. But cops seem hyper focused on arresting for low level crimes like when that fat black guy was selling loose cigarettes, he got killed for that. I know, that's what happens. They kill somebody over doing some little bullshit. I bought a loose cigarette at his concert before I ran out. At the time, I didn't know cops kill people for that offense. So what if your dog craps somewhere? Do they take you to jail if they try to run? If you try to run, do they shoot you for your dog crapping? Now I'm worried. I mean, this is New Jersey. The people are fed up with the bullshit, but it's kind of funny, like, reading the comments on this thing. Gambling crimes are sexy. They get headlines. The local Bible thumpers love this. And the local police agency brass get bleat out of it. Hey, look what we did. That's a riot, man. What a waste of resources. Government is just angry that they can't tax any of this action. Yeah, true. Nice to see a teacher in a group. Probably sold the football slips to students. Yeah, there's a teacher in the group. There you go. Yeah, he was he's probably selling the slips to the students. Yeah, you get an A, you get a free gambling slip. Anyway, please send your time and our money. Spend your time and our money on better investigations. This is crap. We want drugs, prostitution, and child abuse out of New Jersey, then worry about the gambling rings that most police officers visit while off duty so they can place their bets. That's true, man. Actually, you know what? I know this for a fact, like a well-known detective that was very, well, I don't want to say exactly what I know, but he was involved in, the Vice Squad, man. He'd be in there right in with the prostitutes. I don't want to say what I know about all this stuff, man. It's so, it's just a big game, man. It's for the Bible thumpers. They don't just visit. Many of them are involved, yet not one is ever arrested as part of these ridiculous stings, like the cops, right? Until they start prosecuting the corrupt government officials in New Jersey, I'll only want to hear about them arresting drug dealers. Yeah, probably like MD after the name, medical doctor. Diverse group of thugs. Yeah, right. What a waste of taxpayers' money. I paid so much taxes, and this is the shit with the dollar sign they're worried about. Unreal. At the end of the day, nobody cares. The money spent to investigate, prosecute probably is on par with the money being seized. Legalize it. Yeah, really. Probably not even on par. On the contrary, they were all employed, at least according to the charges made. They just weren't traditional jobs. That's true. They're doing something. I mean, they're providing a service for the community. Do you think this gambling just exists by itself? No. Does anybody actually feel safer over this colossal waste of taxpayers' money? And, they put this thing out, and I don't know what the hell was it, on some New Jersey, I don't know, publication or whatever. I don't know, it was on a web or something. Don't pay your taxes. They don't like that. That's what they got. That's what really the problem is. You're competing with the government and you're not paying taxes. Why is it that the state can run a gambling operation and it's perfectly legal? However, if somebody else runs a gambling operation, it's a crime. Gambling is a crime if you do or I do it, but not a crime when people who call themselves government do it. I thought all men were created equal, meaning equal in law. Yeah, so if it's wrong, how come the government can do it? Because we want to wreck it. Because we know it exists, so if we do it, yeah, they want a monopoly. Cutting into government profits is a no-no. Yeah, exactly. That's how he answered them. It's exactly what the deal is. What's the difference between state and organized crime? The state using force to take out the competition. If anybody resisted, they would have been shot and killed under color of law. It can't be a real law if all men are created equal. The state is the biggest mob crew there is. It's kind of cool that New Jersey people, overwhelmingly, that are commenting on this issue know what the hell's going on. Shadow government doesn't tolerate competition. These prefer monopolies. I don't know. It's so cool. It's so cool, man. And, oh yeah, and here's one guy that agreed with it. He says, it's not just gambling, they're doing something illegal. And then the guy commented against that. He says, I think I know you. Don't you sing for the choir at Front Street? Gotta love the unemployed Dante Monaco father-son team. Chip off the old block. This is a riot. See, New Jersey is so overbound with freaking bullshit, but there's an undercurrent of loads of people that say, the hell with it, So anyway, it's interesting that, I didn't really care about the stupid article on this. It was the comments, and the comments were riot, man. This is so cool seeing this because, you know, I'm just like with that. I'm permanently with that attitude too because I realize, anytime people are like do-gooders that play like they're do-gooders for profit, they're like, yeah, we're gonna freaking save, we're gonna make these laws and rules. Yeah, they're the biggest bunch of hypocrites and freaking BSers there are. That's really what it is. And the more rules you got, the more problems you got. That's really what it is. Yeah, maybe you need a couple rules once in a while, but you don't need, they could throw about 99% of them out the window. We could probably live with about 1% of the rules out there. I'll give you an example, even with traffic laws. I mean, they did a freaking example experiment. I think it was in London or something. I think it was in London. They took away the stop sign and the traffic lights at an intersection, and they're watching it, just how the traffic would flow at this intersection, and it flowed much better. And there was like, you'd think there'd be loads of accidents and fights, it actually flowed a lot better. It flowed a lot better without the freaking traffic lights and stuff. So, I don't know, maybe, that sounds like an example that seems like it wouldn't work, but that's usually what it is. You throw out a lot of rules, things work a lot better. I'm not into gambling. I don't really care about gambling or nothing like that. But I look at it's like I'm not into weed either, right? But if people want to smoke weed, go ahead. I'm not into drinking. I think you should be able to. I don't drink. Now, if you want to make your own alcohol, moonshine or whatever the hell it is, you run your car on it, heat your house with it or something, cook food with it, use it for medicinal purposes. I mean, you think you should be able to. I think you should be able to sell that without having to pay taxes. I mean, the more problems they can think of, the more reasons to have a larger tax base, to have more freaking BS idiots out there with part of the government that supposedly protect us. And it really feeds the type of people that are too afraid to be entrepreneurs, like the gambling ring. The gambling ring. They are the entrepreneurs in New Jersey, the gambling ring. So anyway, um, yeah, that's not really super high stakes. I mean, that's probably like one day's salary for Bloomberg, $2 million. I don't even think that's one day. It's probably an hour's salary for him. So anyway, it's just refreshing to see how New Jersey um, still the same way, like in the undercurrent, the part you don't hear about in the major media, and people just like, eh. Well, like Father Vaccaro used to tell me in Catholic school. He's teaching us, the existence of God. You had to get him a bottle of Johnny Walker Red before he get ready to give you that course. As a priest. I mean, people. There's rules, and there's people that just kind of, break the rules once in a while. Father Vaccaro, with the Johnny Walker Red. So anyway, that's why I'm a real good upright Catholic today. Anyway, so shit. I don't know. I found this hilarious because it's like they're telling you the truth. It's only a crime when the government doesn't get their cut. You know, that's really what it is. If the government does it, it's not a crime. If it's their racket, they use all their power in the world to freaking keep their racket, from anybody getting in their racket. And, that was the big crime that was done here because it's legal to gamble in New Jersey as long as you're going to a government sanctioned thing. Um, don't sell any cigarettes. Holy shit. Yeah, tell you what. But it's refreshing to see, and, it's, yeah, I mean, this thing about the dog craps and the leaf blowers and you and people can't, they had that rule with, you can't shovel snow in New Jersey unless you had a $400 permit, which was good for 6 months. I mean, it'd be kind of fool if they just said good for 12 months, even though it didn't snow for but maybe 3 months out of the year. But every year you had to renew your permit if you're like a 12-year-old kid to shovel snow for the neighborhood. $400. Well, I think Chris Christie uplifted that. He said, "To hell with that," after the 3-foot blizzard last year. But yeah, that law was in place for a long period of time. It's stupid. I mean, what are they doing this shit for? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like, but it's so funny that the common people down there, everybody that's writing in on the comments, they realize it's they're all against it. But somehow you get these jackasses in charge putting even more rules on things. How the hell are these people getting in charge? They're taxing people, right? Is that what they're doing? Is that what they're doing? Anyway, you need to have your own printing press in your house. You can pay the taxes with that. How's that? So anyway, over and out. I just thought I laughed my ass off when I saw the article, and I looked at it because there was a family member in there, right? Again, from he was in there years ago, same ring, and nothing's gonna happen because nothing happened last time either. And the what happened was, I saw that, and I started reading the comments, and I just started laughing my ass off, and I says, these comments are great, and it tells you overwhelmingly people up there that live up there, like if you're down south, like I'm down south now, and I'm just fed up with New Jersey with all this bullshit, like all these people are commenting on, and people that never been up in New Jersey, they don't realize most people in New Jersey are fed up with all the crap that's going on there. I don't even know how all this junk is being perpetuated because, maybe the votes are rigged or something, or maybe all the politicians are getting together to find a way to increase their rackets. But, pretty much it's not popular support. I can tell you that right now. And the comments in this page prove that. So if you're from down south and you think the Northeast is screwed up because the people up north are making it that way, well, it's not the common people making it that way. It's the people that are already in the system that are part of the freaking rigged, crap, corrupt political system that are making it that way. That's really the God's honest truth. So, and this proves it.